What's going on? I just wanted to come on here because I came across some disturbing news that Carmelo Anthony is going to be inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. What has the world come to? Or what has the basketball world come to? Now, don't get it twisted, man. I fuck with Carmelo Anthony, man. And more specifically, when Carmelo Anthony played at Syracuse his freshman year in college and led them to the national championship and won. Carmelo Anthony is one of my favorite college basketball players ever. Believe it or not, JJ Redick, one of my favorite college basketball players ever. JJ Redick. Kemba Walker, Adam Morrison, Jameer Nelson, the list goes on. But Jason Williams, who was Jay Williams, but Jason Williams when he played at Duke. Some of my favorite college basketball players ever, man. So I honestly have love for Melo, man. And we around the same age, same generation. But come on, man. That must be the reason why he's inducted into the Hall of Fame. Because of his success at Syracuse. That one sole year at Syracuse. Once Carmelo Anthony got to the NBA, after his first few years in Denver, in my opinion, and this is just how I look at things, man, Carmelo Anthony was a bust. Let's just keep it real, man. The projection, the potential, and upside that Carmelo Anthony had coming into the NBA, he should have did a lot more. It should have been a lot more successful than what he is, or than what he was in the NBA. Carmelo Anthony at Syracuse led the Orangemen to a national championship in 2002-2003. He averaged 22 points a game, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block on the season. And again, the Syracuse Orangemen won a national championship. Had a good team, of course, under a great coach. Well, not a great coach, a good coach, because that was Jim Boeheim's only national championship. So, says a lot about Carmelo Anthony and his game and the team they had, but definitely Carmelo Anthony. They wouldn't have won without him. And Gary McNamara, let's not forget him. And that performance, that season that Carmelo Anthony had at Syracuse warranted him to be drafted number 3 overall in the 2003 NBA draft. Number 3. He honestly should have been number 2. But the Pistons drafted Darko Milicic. And we saw how that turned out. So, LeBron James goes number 1. Darko goes number 2. Melo goes number 3. Dwayne Wade goes number 4. Chris Bosh goes number 5. I just wanted to point that out because LeBron James has played with everyone in the top 5 of those draft picks except for Darko Milicic. And it had Darko Milicic show that he was a good or great player, he would have ended up playing with LeBron too. But fuck LeBron, we ain't gonna make that about him. I just wanted to point that out. Carmelo Anthony, in my opinion, was a bust. And I'll get into why in a minute. But Carmelo Anthony should not be going into the Hall of Fame, man. Let's just keep it real. But if the likes of Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter are in the Hall of Fame, I'm not surprised. And Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter are 2 of my favorite players ever. Love Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter, man. Don't have anything bad to say about them or their game. Well, I'll critique their game because anybody can get, critiqued in regards to their game. But in regards to just shitting on them or going hard on them, I wouldn't do that to Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter. But they don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, especially Tracy McGrady. Carmelo Anthony. Now, Carmelo Anthony should have won Rookie of the Year when he was a rookie. Absolutely. And if they didn't want to give him Rookie of the Year, because of course, they were going to give it to LeBron. They had a lot invested in LeBron. They had a lot of shit invested in LeBron James from day one. That's why I don't understand where the fuck he's coming from when he said, I didn't ask for it and all this bullshit when he was talking about being the face of the league. But Carmelo Anthony outperformed LeBron James in their rookie year. Carmelo Anthony led the Nuggets to the playoffs. Yes, rookie Carmelo Anthony led the Denver Nuggets to the playoffs. LeBron James did not do that. Carmelo Anthony, his rookie season, averaged 21 points a game, 2 assists and 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. I believe LeBron's argument, or LeBron was averaging 25 and 5. Okay, wow. So their numbers were similar, but you have to give the edge to Carmelo Anthony because he went to the playoffs. LeBron James did not. So if they didn't want to give Carmelo Anthony the Rookie of the Year flat out, it should have been co-Rookie of the Year, like it was when Grant Hill and Jason Kidd shared Rookie of the Year in 1994-95, I believe, yes. After that, though, man, after Carmelo Anthony's rookie season, and I would say after 2006, 2007, Carmelo Anthony, man, he just didn't hit the same, man. And I actually want to say in 2008, 2009, he was kind of struggling. And I remember in 2009, 2010, when he came back, he drove baseline, dunked on somebody. He was like, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. I'm like, okay, yeah. Melo, you back. But you should have never left. Carmelo Anthony, for his career, he only led the league in scoring one time. For somebody who shot the ball so much, Carmelo Anthony was a volume shooter and somebody who was only concerned with scoring, just like Kobe Bryant. Carmelo Anthony led the league in scoring one time, and that wasn't until 2012, 2013, where he averaged 28.7 points a game. Carmelo Anthony averaged 28 points 3 times in his 19-year career. Twice in Denver, early in his career, and once in New York with the Knicks. One time, he led the league in scoring. Carmelo Anthony's career numbers are 22.5 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, which ironically are the points per game and the 2 assists are similar to his college year stats. His 1 year at Syracuse, eerily similar. Only thing is, he was actually rebounding the ball in college. Carmelo Anthony for his career averaged 6 fucking rebounds. Carmelo Anthony is a 6'8" small forward / power forward. He should have at least averaged 8 rebounds a game. and 5 assists for as much as he had the ball in his motherfucking hands and shooting the ball. Carmelo Anthony, in my opinion, was selfish and someone only concerned with wanting to score the ball. And didn't even do that at a high level, man. Let's keep it real. His career average is 22 points a game. Somebody who had the ball in their hand so much and shot the ball so many times and is dubbed this great scorer. Who's the better scorer, Carmelo Anthony or Kevin Durant? He only averaged 22 points a game in his career, bro. And like I said, for a person who has the ball in his hand so much, he only averaged 2 assists. And for somebody who's 6'8", 200, small forward, and can play power forward, should have averaged at least 8 rebounds, man. Carmelo Anthony, for his career, never averaged a block a game. Never averaged 1 block a game. And only averaged 1 steal a game. And there were many seasons where he didn't average a steal a game at all. So Carmelo Anthony was nothing on defense. He wasn't a defensive player at all. And Carmelo Anthony wasn't a winner. He won a national championship at Syracuse because he played under a good coach and had a good team around him. And yeah, he won. And he was excited about winning and everything. So it made it seem like he was a winner. But Carmelo Anthony, honestly, at Syracuse was just in the right place at the right time, man. Great game, great player at Syracuse, man. Like I said, one of my favorite college basketball players ever. But when you get to a certain age and you mature and your brain matures and you learn more and you're exposed to more, you start to see things different and understand things different. And Carmelo Anthony, yeah, he's one of my favorite college basketball players ever. But he was in the right place at the right time when that shit happened in college for Syracuse. Because Carmelo Anthony is not a winner at all. Nor was he concerned with winning. Like I said, Carmelo Anthony led the league in scoring 1 time at 28.7 points a game. And only came in, the closest he came to MVP was 3rd. And that was in 2012, 2013. Never came that close to being voted for MVP again. He never led the league in any other statistical category other than averaging that 28 points per game in 2012, 2013. Carmelo Anthony, again, averaged 0.5 blocks for his career, 1 steal for his career, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, and again, 22 points. For someone who's supposed to be this great scorer and always shooting the fucking ball, Carmelo Anthony should have averaged at least 27 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Those should have been his numbers. And maybe if those were his numbers, he'd have an MVP. Because somebody like Allen Iverson, people try to knock Allen Iverson all the time. Allen Iverson led a team to the finals. Has an MVP, an all-star MVP. Carmelo Anthony has none of this. Charles Barkley has an MVP. Yeah, he doesn't have a championship, but he's led the league. And I don't want to get into Charles Barkley or other people's numbers, but Charles Barkley has led the league in statistical categories and has carried his team to the NBA Finals. And Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley are just 2 examples of players. Karl Malone. That's another one. 3 examples of players that have been MVP of the league and have led their respective teams to the NBA Finals, at least. Carmelo Anthony never did that, man. For somebody for somebody as good as Carmelo Anthony, and for somebody who was praised like Carmelo Anthony, he's overrated, man, and never did shit and never reached his full potential in the NBA. I'm sorry. Along with those ugly ass Jordans they used to put out for him and he used to wear. Carmelo Anthony was named to an all NBA first team 0 times. At no point in his 19-year career did he ever make an all NBA first team. He made the all NBA second team 2 times in 2010 and 2013. He made all NBA third team 4 times, 2006, 2007, 2009, and 2012. He was on the all rookie first team, the NBA all rookie first team, in 2004. That's the only first team that he ever made. was the all rookie first team. Carmelo Anthony never was in the votings for defensive player of the year. Never made first team all defense, second team all defense, or third team all defense. Was never considered a defensive player at all, in my opinion. Hell, he averaged at least 1 block in college and 10 rebounds, like I said. Out of the 19 seasons Carmelo Anthony was in the NBA, he made the All-Star team 10 times. 2007, 2008, and 2010 through 2017. And like I said, Carmelo Anthony was never selected to an All-NBA defensive team. And this nigga is going to the Hall of Fame. Outside of Kobe Bryant, in regards to NBA superstars, Carmelo Anthony is number 2. Most overrated NBA superstar ever. Second to Kobe Bryant. All Carmelo Anthony did was shoot a bunch of shots, man. That didn't result into winning. Even when Jeremy Lin had the Linsanity and Carmelo Anthony was out and they were winning and thriving. And let me just go back. Carmelo Anthony went to the Knicks. When he was with the Knicks his first year, he averaged 26 points a game. 2011, 2012, he averaged 22 points a game. I believe that's when he was hurt. He only played 55 games. Or maybe that was that lockout shit. I don't know. No, I think that was the year before that. He played 27 games. I really don't know. But I remember around that time, he was hurt or something like that. And Jeremy Lin had took over the Knicks. Yes, Jeremy Lin took the Knicks over. And they were winning. And he was playing great basketball. And Carmelo Anthony came back and fucked everything up. Instead of falling in line with what was going on, he came back and wanted to establish himself as the man on the team, not Jeremy Lin. That fucked up everything for the Knicks and fucked up his chances of really winning. Because had he fell in line and just let Jeremy Lin shine and continue to do what he did and was doing, the Knicks would have been better off and Carmelo Anthony would have been better off. Carmelo Anthony, like I said, out of the 19 seasons in the NBA, was only an All-Star 10 times. I don't give a fuck about the Olympics and him leading the Olympics and scoring all that shit. Fuck the Olympics, nigga. Fuck out of here with the Olympics, nigga. Olympics is a bunch of niggas playing on the same team, a glorified AAU team, beating up on motherfuckers who aren't on the same level. Don't give a fuck about the Olympics. But if we gonna talk about the Olympics on a side note, The Dream Team 2, best Olympic team ever. Beat the shit out of any Olympic team, any USA team, any third world country team, any country. The 1996 USA Olympic team is the best basketball team ever assembled, in my opinion. Carmelo Anthony has no NBA championship, no MVP, no first team All NBA, no All NBA defensive team. He's only played 82 games one time in his 19-year career. And after that, the second longest season he played was 80 games. That was one time. That 82 games, check this out. He only played 82 games one time in his career. That was his rookie year. And then, like I said, he played 80 games. That's his second longest season. That was his third year, 05-06. Carmelo Anthony in the playoffs has one conference finals appearance, and that was with the Denver Nuggets playing against the LA Lakers. Only got to the conference finals one time in 19 seasons. Now, he averaged 27 points a game in that series, 1 steal finally, 4 assists and 5 rebounds. So he did his thing. But it wasn't enough. Out of the 13 he's been to the playoffs 13 times in 19 seasons. He only made it out of the first round. Out of those 13 playoff appearances, he only made it out of the first round twice. His career playoff average is 23 points per game, 0 blocks, 1 steal, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. No wonder he only made it out the first round 2 times in 13 playoff appearances. And again, Carmelo Anthony only made it to 1 conference finals. That's the furthest he made it, and he only did that 1 time. 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA team member, but again, that is the second and third team combined. Carmelo Anthony, his career high is 60 points, 62 points. So Nikola Jokic isn't doing something that's never been done before, especially in the regular season, and then took a L. Carmelo Anthony won the game. He scored 62 points in. They played the Bulls. He won. I just watched a video on Hardwood Classics earlier. Carmelo has 61 points and a win. This shit crazy, boy. But we ain't talking about Nikola Jokic right now, man. I'll get on him another time. Again. Carmelo Anthony is one of the most overrated players in NBA history. And dare I say basketball history. Like I said, great season at Syracuse. I think that's the reason, because the NBA Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame takes into account everything, not just your NBA career. So maybe that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Because, Vince Carter didn't win a championship in college. Tracy McGrady didn't go to college. So a true freshman, no red shirt, comes in first year, leads his team to a national championship. That is impressive. Right place at the right time, but that is impressive. So maybe that's why he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. But honestly, man, Carmelo Anthony should never, ever be considered, or should have never even been considered, to be a Hall of Fame basketball player. Early in his career, yeah, you could have seen that coming or projected and be like, oh man, yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, man. Coming off a national championship, first year in the NBA, led his team to the playoffs, averaging 21 a game, getting better in his scoring each year. But then as the years go on and things start exposing themselves, he's not a defensive player at all. He's not really a prolific scorer like that, like a great scorer like that. He's just a volume jump shooter. He kind of got out of shape a few times in his career. The only time he's come close to MVP was third place in the voting. He has never made a first team All NBA team. He's never been on first team All NBA. Any year that he played in the NBA. I just don't understand how this man never touched the finals, never sniffed the finals. And then it got so bad, he started getting traded and became a journeyman at the end of his career, which was sad. He ended up playing for OKC one year. Then he played for Houston the next. Then he played 2 with Portland. And then he ended his career, sadly, with the LA Lakers. And honestly, Carmelo Anthony didn't even finish the season that last year with the Lakers. And he didn't start. So why Carmelo Anthony is in the Hall of Fame, I have no fucking clue, my nigga. This shit is crazy, man. You got you got people talking about Nikola Jokic should be MVP. You got Mikal Bridges crying about playing too many minutes. You got the Oklahoma City Thunder leading the league in wins. Maybe it's the Cavaliers still, but I believe it's Oklahoma City now. But nonetheless, you got the Oklahoma City Thunder leading the league in wins and the best defensive team in the NBA with the best basketball player in the NBA right now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, leading the league in scoring. Also, other statistical categories that I wish I had a computer to pull up because I can't really do that, with the limitations I have. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads the league in several statistical categories, more than Nikola Jokic. Team is better. Not to get off track. And now you got Carmelo Anthony being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Man, this shit anymore is a motherfucking joke.